put the disclaimer out there. A lot of headlines online, and you're going to have some sensationalism out there saying, oh my gosh, major storm. Is it going to hit Florida? Is it going to hit the Carolinas?
Welcome into another episode of Morning Edition. Julian Sador, Andy Satowski, Jason Harper, meteorologist Ted Phaeton, all here talking again about something that is near and dear to everybody's heart. If you fly on airplanes, who controls the window?
Me.
Yeah? It's a window seat passenger. Let's talk about it. May K. Beeler brought it up. Yeah, window seat is what May K. said. Let's talk about it, guys. Who controls the window seat in the window?
This is a tough one. I mean, I think out of the gate, what would we all say? If you bought the ticket to sit by the window, you automatically control the shade up or down. And then we can go from there. I think we all agree, right?
We always
that's your responsibility.
Rare times, we all agree.
So here's where it gets interesting, right?
Okay.
What if you are somebody who maybe wants to sleep, but you're passing over in areas like the Grand Canyon? Grand Canyon, if anybody's ever taken that flight over there, beautiful from the sky. At that point, do you do the nice thing? It's like, I want to sleep. I've seen this view, but the person next to me is clearly, can you open it? What do you do? Do you open it then?
You go an inch. You go.
You can see that.
And then you stick your hat to the window like this, and you're like, wow, look at the green. This is all you're seeing. You're like, look at the green. That's what you're doing. Because hopefully we're all at least somewhat aware of our surroundings and not just our own selfish bubble, which I'm guilty of doing that too, right?
Yeah.
I don't care who's around me. Yeah, if someone is trying to sleep or work or whatever it is they're doing, I'm not going to lift it up and now the whole cabin is bright because of my one window because I want to see. I think that's what ticks me off about some of the society we live in today is people are like, I deserve it. It's me. Right. I'm going to do it. I paid for it. You're not wrong with those things, but come on. Can't we just think about the people around us?
This would require people to have some emotional intelligence and to think about other people. But I agree with you. I think it also depends on the time of day and kind of what's going on around you. When you have those early flights and the sun is just starting to come up, or, I mean, if it's dark outside, it doesn't really matter, but the sun's starting to come up, but it's still really early. Everyone's got their window shades down, and you were that one person, because I sat across from this person when we flew with our daughter, and we were trying desperately to get her to sleep. It was literally the one window on the other side of the plane, and it was shining right into our faces. And
were they looking, though? Were they looking out the window, or was it just open?
No, it was just open.
Yeah, see that if you're not looking out of it,
they could have closed it. They were not, because I kept looking over. Are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? They were just reading or on their phone or something like that.
Close it.
Yeah, close it. I did that kind of look around because I was flying out to Seattle last weekend and I had it open just because I've flown out of Charlotte before. I've seen it all, whatever. And then when we go into the clouds, there's just clouds up there. Yeah. But the gentleman next to me was kind of dozing, and I kind of did one of these things. Because it was a morning flight to make sure everyone was cool with it. And the woman goes, she gave me the nod that it was fine, but I kept it kind of half because he was taller than me.
She gave the nod.
She gave me the nod to open it.
Why'd you want to open it? I'm curious.
Because I wanted light. I didn't want to turn on the overhead light, and I wanted to read.
Sometimes that light's kind of weak too.
It is.
Yeah. It is weak.
It is.
Yeah.
So I tested the waters to Jason's point of the itch. Okay. But just have some awareness. If someone's sleeping next to you and you're just you're not. There's nothing fun to see. I would keep it closed.
So here's the interesting thing that May K brought up that I didn't consider, and I don't understand. Jason has said, he's heard this. People apparently with the fear of heights, sometimes opening the window on a plane helps them feel a little bit better. Does that change the scenario?
I feel like that would be for motion sickness. I can get that. If you're on a boat, it's better. Or if you're in your car, you want to be able to see more. Yeah, and it's supposed to help you. But I don't get the heights part.
I don't get, because
you're really
Jason.
high
Jason, you've heard this right from people.
Yeah, and this is what's weird is part of it depends on what the fear of flying is. You gotta find out what the fear is. Is it of you're afraid of crashing? Is it heights? Because then looking at it now you're like, well, let me show you just how high you are. That seems to me like that would make it worse.
Yeah.
But a lot of it, it's the fear of crashing, the fear of I'm not in control. And so being able to see it, at least that gives them the understanding of we're getting ready to land. I can see myself going up in the clouds. So that's what I've heard from people that freak out. It's not always of the heights necessarily. It's they feel a little more in control because they're not having to guess like what's outside this plane. I can see it. So
Okay.
I feel like we're all in agreement with situational awareness and being considerate of other people. If you have a phobia or fear of flying and you want to look out the window, invest in the window seat. If
Wait,
I agree.
Hold on. Invest in the window seat. This is for the same guy.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
What?
This is another debate.
So now
What
it's
did I
worth.
say? Where was I?
I know where you're going with
I
these
know where we're
Julian.
going.
Was I out of alignment?
It's very interesting that you don't, think you should invest in sitting next to your wife for $10, but you should invest in the window seat if you have a phobia of flight. But anyway, I digress. I digress. So okay, so that person should invest, right? That's what you're saying, Ted. I want to get clear. So if that person in the middle seat has a fear of flying, and they ask you, and you have the window seat, open up the window, you're saying, man, if you really wanted the window open, you should have bought the window seat.
No, I probably would be considerate and open it, just like I said before. I might be considerate and switch seats.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still situational awareness. I think you'd be considerate of others. If it's that important and that person in the middle is afraid to sit next to someone like Julian who won't open the window.
Who said I would open? I would open up the window
I'm
seat.
just saying.
I didn't say anything
they sit
egregious
next
like
to
they
somebody.
should go ahead and invest in the window seat. I didn't say that.
If
You
they
put words
sit-
in my mouth.
If they sit next
I'm
to
called Khalid.
somebody who is going to have that hard line, they understand that. Just
Yeah.
like if the person wants to switch seats to sits next to their wife and the answer is no, they understand that.
Mhm.
But I think we're all of the same echo here of situational awareness, consideration of others. If there's a kid sitting next to me and I'm trying to sleep, but the kid's kind of looking and wants to look out the window, hey, come on, bro. Look out the window.
Yeah.
Take a view.
100%.
That's
Go
the
ahead.
best thing to do.
100%.
That's all I'm saying.
I will also say that if you are heck bent on sleeping, can I say that on this?
Heck bent? Yeah.
Yes.
The other
Allow
one,
it.
Heck bent.
the real one. Anyway, if you want to sleep, bring an eye mask.
I 100%
Because
agree.
I sleep with an eye
agree.
mask. It's amazing.
Make it
doesn't
dark.
matter. Make
Don't
it dark.
force me to make it dark.
On the flight, 5:30 was our boarding time, and I had the window, but I'm like, I just need to actually sleep. I brought my eye mask with me,
Mhm.
and that was it. If you're a guy, don't be shy. Just put on the eye mask.
I got one.
No one says it.
No shame.
I'm so tolerable of things. Like, I sleep through anything. Like, the flight attendant has to, like, tap me, like, hey, sir.
That was
yeah.
nice of
Landing.
them.
Yeah.
Mhm. I don't even need I'm out.
I'm good.
Yeah.
See,
I have the same problem that Jason has. I get a loose neck when I sleep.
Oh man.
So that's why I get the window seat. Because
yeah.
I'm saying, like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to
You
put
don't
my
make
head on.
friends.
Mm-mm.
I will say, speaking of situational awareness,
Yeah.
I'm in the middle seat, and there's this guy in the window. He's hefty.
Okay.
And you know the debate of who gets the armrest.
Yeah.
He had one of those. He had him on the armrest, and I was right behind him. We made eye contact. He's like, mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, I got you. So we both shared it. So sometimes he has the considerate people. Yeah, I got the back. He was bigger than me. His arms were forward.
We're forward. You were
Yeah,
behind.
I was in the
All
back. He was in the front.
Uh-huh.
And we both nodded out and had a great 2.5, 3 hour flight.
Wow.
There it is.
I think I might have the fix for this.
Uh-oh.
You know what they need on airplanes?
Huh.
Never gonna happen. Blinds.
You just go like this.
You just kind of slightly open them, or horizontal, vertical. Everyone's got the little bit. Everyone's got a little twisty thing. Could you imagine it's like turbulence and all the blinds?
or if somebody's trying to talk to you and you're just looking like,
And you go.
Just raise the blind. Hold one moment, please. I'm just saying, it's a thought.
You might be onto something there.
I like it. I like
Hey
it.
Alexa, open my window blinds on row 20.
I love it.
Oh man.
All right, we're going to roll the blinds on this conversation. Let us know what you think about the window seat. Holler at us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever they call it nowadays.
Twitter.
Let us know. We're going to squeeze in a quick break. We'll be back with more Morning Edition right after this.
All right, welcome back to another edition of Morning Edition. And we're going to talk tropics here because we do have an active storm. Could be the first hurricane of the 2025 hurricane season. Now, before we break it down, I first want to just put the disclaimer out there. A lot of headlines online, and you're going to have some sensationalism out there saying, oh my gosh, major storm. Is it going to hit Florida? Is it going to hit the Carolinas? We're still a ways out, and I just want to make sure to put out the disclaimer of don't fall for the clickbait. Just because it's forecasting doom and gloom doesn't mean that that's true. Make sure you're looking at credible sources here, guys. because we do have a lot of factors that go into the forecast, and you just want to make sure that you're staying up to date. So that's my disclaimer that I wanted to put out there. I know a lot of folks have been talking about the tropics, so I obviously wanted to make sure I pull in Julian, Annie, and Jason to ask some questions with the forecast. But as of right now, we could talk about Tropical Storm Erin, which is still churning in the tropics. As of right now, winds maintained at 50 miles per hour, gusting up to 65 miles per hour. And guys, as of right now, the forecast track will take it up into the towards north of the Leeward Islands and towards the Bahamas.
Is that Saharan dust you were talking about?
I was just gonna wait.
Come on,
Julian.
Oh,
Look at that.
I wanted to break down the factors behind the intensification of Erin. Saharan dust. So what you're looking at on your screen, you see the brown that's coming off the west coast of Africa. Think of the desert coming out of the Sahara. That actually blocks the rays from the sun and can cool down the ocean temperatures. And also,
that's a good thing.
it is
Yeah,
a good thing,
that's a
at
good-
least for limiting the strength of a tropical system. So as Erin exits the Saharan dust, it's going to find itself in some more favorable conditions to intensify. So that's not going to be the disclaimer that I'm giving. Like, I do think this could be the first hurricane of the 2025 season.
Okay.
Now what we're showing is called wind shear. It's the winds up in the upper atmosphere. That tends to break things up. If you look at Erin, it's not that well organized. It's not that beautiful round with the eye that we tend to see. That's because it's continuing to exit an area of wind shear, which is all in that red.
Teddy, can
Okay.
I grab you for a second, man? Because like you say all of these beautiful meteorological terms that you have taught us what they mean,
Yes.
and what are hurricane killers. But from an average person watching on TV, and honestly for us when we hear you say this, all I hear is hurricane. Chance it's going to be the first one.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, like, am I going to get hit by this?
Yep. Yeah.
Saharan dust, windshield, but it's all like white noise. You sound like the teacher in Peanut. So because, but talking about, as we kind of began with this, it's like, that's what people hear, Ted. How many times do you give the forecast and you're talking about this hurricane and all people hear is hurricane, first major one, it's going to form, it's going to be bad,
And that's
loss of life,
Right.
catastrophe.
Yeah.
We immediately go to the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Right.
We have a saying in the weather department and just in the meteorological world is if I say this snow, all you hear is snow,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
80% of what I say goes over people's head.
Mhm.
20%, which tends to be the biggest rainfall amounts or the biggest weather maker, that's what usually pulls people's attention.
Mhm.
We try our best to kind of explain it. And I do know it's hard to keep up with some of the terms and things like that. But that's why some of these headlines are so gripping. When you hear, first major hurricane can threaten the Carolinas,
Right.
people will gravitate towards that.
Mhm.
And I think when you build understanding, it kind of reduces the fear of said issue.
Yeah.
Jason, Annie, because I mean, I know Ted has a different view on this, but do you guys feel like this year it's a little bit different after we saw Helene last year? Because in years past, when we heard hurricane, I'm like, okay, the coast is going to get hit. Got to worry about South Carolina coast, North Carolina coast, Outer Banks, right? But after last year, do you think, as just common people and people watching the news, when you say hurricane, it's like, well, last year I didn't really pay attention. Now I'm worried.
Yeah. Yeah. That, for me anyway, that has now set the standard. As far as, not that everything is going to have to live up to that type of destruction.
Sure.
But yeah, no, exactly what you just said. I didn't used to pay attention as much, especially not inland like that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, my first thing is when I hear Ted or someone say there's a chance of something happening out in the Atlantic, could it be coming our way? It's not just the Outer Banks. It's not just Myrtle Beach anymore or Charleston or the places we love in the Carolinas. Now it's like, whoa, our whole state could be hit by this. And we've had so much rain the last year, not just in the mountains in Raleigh and all over the place. Like, we don't want it anymore. So yeah, so now I start to perk up and listen. And I got a lot of empathy for people that have been through hurricanes, whether you're on the beach or in the mountains. Either way, I didn't think about it as much. Now that we've all spent time up there, it's like, man, these little storms sometimes do become a big deal, whether they mean to or not, Ted, on social media, because I think people are just fearful of what they've been through.
I would say we've seen both sides, right? Where we underestimate the impact of a storm, don't pay too much attention, and then it has this unfortunate, devastating impact.
Mhm.
And then afterwards, we'll pay extra attention. And this is why the disclaimer I'm putting out there is here, because then we'll over prepare or we'll over pay attention. And then, that was a dud.
Mhm.
And then we don't take the next one seriously. So I know it's hard to lock in and hear all the jargon and hear all the terms, but I always lean in, understanding reduces the fear, right? When we could play into that understanding piece and we know the different caveats and different variables that could impact you, that's the education that a lot of us in the weather world and in the meteorological world are really trying to convey to folks, because we want you to understand the threats. We want you to understand the variables and also what can go wrong. I could forecast that, hey, this is going to stay out to sea, but we're talking 5-6 days out. Even with the best technology and the improvements that we've had last year, breaking a record, by the way, the National Weather Service and National Hurricane Center, breaking a record for the most accurate cone of uncertainty, the projection of the track of hurricanes has been the most accurate ever. And as of right now, that's staying away from land. Thank God. But over the course of the next 5 days, when we talk about the cone of uncertainty, that blue circle that gets bigger and bigger the farther you go out, that's how far left or right that forecast track can shift.
Yeah.
So we also want to let people know of, like, hey, there is going to be a little bit of a margin of error here that you want to be aware of. And if we could inform folks, hopefully we could articulate it and inform them appropriately, the proper threat level, we could plan appropriately. But you guys are right. When you have something that impacts you significantly, it heightens your awareness of it moving forward.
I want to get Annie in here, but I also want to ask a question. And Ted, please don't take this the wrong way.
Uh-oh.
It's going to get a little deep, I guess, or serious. Do people need to do a better job paying attention and trying to decipher what meteorologists say, or do meteorologists need to do a better job of making it plain Jane so people can understand the threat?
Is this to me or?
Yeah, I mean, because and we can all weigh in, but I mean, it's a serious, because just like you started when you talk about Saharan dust, wind shear, and all that stuff.
Both.
If you pay attention to it, right, like you can understand and you do a good job of explaining it. But we live in a culture where we're so fast paced that, again, we hear hurricane damage. Is it going to hit me? Is it not? And then we tune out.
Yeah.
So do we need to take more ownership of understanding the forecast, or is it kind of on some meteorologists? You do a great job. But just talking about meteorologists as a whole, do they need to do a better job of, like, hey, I know I only have your attention for maybe 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Let me make sure you understand what's coming.
I say both. And I could honestly say, when it comes to the National Weather Service, we have briefings every year, even this year, updated new heat packages into how we articulate the threat to the public. One thing I had a while back was a meeting with FEMA, and they were talking about testing the tornado warnings sirens and how often to do it. And one of my concerns was the car alarm issue. When was the last time you heard a car alarm and thought a car was being stolen, right?
Can't even think of it.
Yeah, I think that someone just hit the button, like I would do by accident.
Where did I park?
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we are articulating the threat accurately and speaking the jargon and the language that folks would understand. So I do want to start by taking responsibility as a meteorologist and as someone who gives that information. And I'm open to feedback. If I'm saying something that you don't understand, let me know. Obviously, I have to call something wind shear. That's the technical term.
Right.
And I follow it up. It's the winds in the atmosphere that breaks up the storm. So I could try and give you the definition each time, but I do think we can articulate better. And I would challenge the audience at home not to tune out right away when you don't understand something. Lean in with curiosity, and as you learn, I mean, we joke around. You hear, Julian, is that the Saharan dust? Like, you see it automatically, and that's the best part about it. You only have to learn it once, and then you know it.
Yeah, it's like spaghetti models. Those are my favorite models. I say it every time just because I remember linguine, fettuccine, some penne. But no, I think it really is a two-pronged thing. And Ted and all of our meteorologists do a really good job. I've learned, I think, the most out of all the stations I've been to by working in this weather department, because they do such a good job of saying, this is what it means to you at home in the most simple way that I can put this, and kind of putting the headline first of this is what you need to know, and then kind of diving a little bit deeper. But that being said, when people from out of state, we are running out of time, but from out of state ask me about when Helene rolled through or this, or, oh my gosh, I see this hurricane off the coast. Are you guys going to be okay? I don't panic, because once I have access to meteorologists all the time, but it's knowing that you don't make a big deal out of everything, right? You have to do your own research and understand what exactly is coming, and when you do need to take things very seriously, or when you can kind of take a step back and just take a deep breath. So I think it's on everybody to understand weather more because, again, it impacts you. So why would you not want to know exactly what's coming?
Let's debate it together, y'all.
We got this.
With that, we do need to squeeze in a quick break. But the good news is there will be more Morning Edition on the other side. We'll be right back. Welcome back into Morning Edition. One of the great things we do here at Queen City News, we have a bunch of really great specials. And Jason and Annie, you guys just wrapped shooting one yesterday talking about back to school, but not just back to school. It's this new thing that we have. You probably heard of it. AI.
Never heard of her.
What is that?
What is it?
What did you guys do? What did you guys discuss? Because you guys put in a lot of work.
Yeah, we did. We were over at UNC Charlotte. They let us use their campus and their bioinformatics building, which took us a long time to remember exactly how to say it. But we brought on panelists from educators to teachers. We have from the college level to the dean of the College of Computing.
Eighth grader.
We have an eighth grader
in there.
Yeah, and we brought them all together to talk specifically about AI and its impacts in education. And this is an hour-long special. I was like, ooh, can we really fill an hour? Can we fill an hour?
We'll have to edit it down.
We're going to have to edit down.
Yeah. Which was really awesome. And so, everyone's been talking about AI, the advancements and the hurdles and the fears that have come along with it. Is it taking a job? How do I learn it? So, everyone's got a thought on it, whether you like it or not, or whatever it is. And so that's going to be a great conversation when we air that show next week. But it also led us to a conversation we had today with a local tech expert named Stephen Miano. Who's awesome. We're going to have him on next week on this show, which we can't wait on Tuesday. But we all just started talking about, we got the conversation going of, do you use it? How do you use it? For us, it's not even like a cheating thing because we're not in school anymore. But, are you fearful of it? Do you embrace it wholeheartedly? Are you fearful of it taking your job? These are all real conversations.
Yeah.
I think not to give away too much because it's already out there. Stephen gave a very chilling answer saying if you think that they're not training these AI models to be able to take over roles like even a CEO, because a CEO, they're going to take a vacation.
They don't get tired.
AI doesn't get tired. AI is going to look at pragmatically. They're not going to pick favorites. They're going to pick the best person for the job. So could you be working for AI? That's a possibility that Stephen brought up.
Yeah, they use AI in terms of, you hear the term AI agents, and pretty much it's automating the input. So let's say you send an email to an inbox, you open up your email, you read it, you respond to it. That's one thing. Now an AI agent will log into your email account, receive that email, read it for you. You could upload your financial statements. You could upload any information that you want into the AI so it has it in its memory.
Yeah.
It will read the email, look at that memory, and then craft a response, get back into your email, and email it back to you. So that's how an AI agent works.
I don't like it.
And
don't even need
where you're going to be really seeing
I don't need them.
things start to change. I'll say this though, I've embraced it. I'm like this, y'all.
Yeah. It's okay.
An AI hug. Is
right.
It's
It's all fun until that AI hug goes a little bit higher.
A little bit higher and
right there.
takes you out.
Exactly. Hey, real quick, Annie and Jason, when is the back to school special? Do we have an air date?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Wednesday, August 20th.
Wednesday, August 20th. Okay, 6 days away, August 20th. Make sure you tune in for that.
Yep.
And again, we gave you a taste of our conversation that we're going to have with Stephen Miano. We didn't have enough time to talk to him on air. That's why we're bringing it to you guys here on Queen City News Plus. But with that, tune in next week for the back to school special, another episode of Morning Edition. And as always, you can catch us Monday through Friday, 4 to 10 a.m. on Queen City News. For that, Julian Sador, Andy Satowski, Jason Harper, Ted Phaeton. We'll catch you guys next time.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.